What's up? What's good, fam? My sincerest apologies for our minor delay here today. We are talking to you live. We're connected with you guys live. Usually, the something extra for those who don't know is not 100% live. Well, not every time, but today we are live. We had just a minor setback here with our system, but I think we're all good. Let me know in the comment section that all is good, that all is well, that you guys can I'm just gonna up the volume a little bit. Hopefully you guys can all hear us loud and clear. Today we're going to be sharing with you a few of the traits which make up perseverance. Whenever we speak about accomplishing something, whether it's something on a short-term success, on a short-term basis, or something that is long-term, or most especially when it is something long-term, which requires patience. And shortly we're going to speak about patience. You'll know why I'm referring to patience. But it is definitely something we need to consider, we need to think of, because oftentimes we will use this expression, persevere, persevere, persevere. Don't give up on your dreams. Don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on that vision you have. Don't give up on that idea you have. Keep going, don't stop. So it's very common for us to speak about perseverance. But I want to share with you today what are the traits? What are the traits which build up, which make up perseverance itself? What are the traits required for a person to actually persevere and actually obtain or achieve what he or she has in mind or has, decided to achieve in life? I'm going to share with you these 5 traits, and we will later on post them. I'll ask our media fam to have this posted here in order for you on our pages, in order for you guys to be able to have a look at it and be able to read it and go through it and understand the importance of perseverance and what are the building blocks, what is the foundation of perseverance, which actually leads a person to persevere, which means if you lack any of these 5 traits we're going to share with you, not only are we going to share the traits, but also give you a few tips on how you can make them a part of your life. If you apply these, then you will know exactly what to do in order for you to persevere, or whether you are in the right direction for you to take off, for you to take off towards that dream, or if, I'm sorry to say, you're landing, or maybe even crashing very far from that dream and that objective you have. Usually we have it all over your screen, but as I said, today we're live, so I'm not going to have all the fancy work here as our YPG fam, media fam usually has it ready for me, but I will, without a doubt, read it for you. And as I said, later on, I'm going to have it posted. We will have it posted so that you guys can properly read and go through it and realize, what is it that you need to work on. Remember, we oftentimes say that in our lives there's always room for improvement. So what are the improvements you need to make? What is it that is lacking that you realize it's necessary for you to apply in order for you to form part of the traits, or find that trait and be able to persevere? I repeat, whatever it is you want to achieve, whatever it is you want to obtain, whether short term, but most especially on the long term, be it in your studies, you want to graduate, you want to become that professional in a specific field, be it entrepreneurship, be it, I don't know, you tell me, what is it? Whether short term or long term, whether something you want to obtain or achieve 6 months down the line or 6 years down the line, the fact is, without perseverance, you will not be able to make it. And the fact is, perseverance works with these 5 key traits. And you need to cultivate these traits in order for you to become what you want to become, or achieve what you want to achieve. So trait number one is resilience. Resilience is the ability to recover quickly from difficulties and keep going, no matter how tough things get. Keep this in mind. You keep going no matter how tough things get, because the fact is, the more difficult our achievement is, the more challenges there will be. The more hurdles we'll have to climb over. The more hardships will there be. The more, resistance there will be. So what you want to achieve will 100% require resilience. And as I read again, it is the ability to recover quickly from difficulties. Note this word, recover, which means it's a setback. It puts you down, but your resilience is what gets you back up again, and quickly, which means you don't stay down complaining and you start being negative and pessimistic, and you start telling yourself, even if those thoughts do come, but quickly you get rid of them. Quickly you oppose them. The thoughts may still be there, but you oppose them. You don't permit them to become a part of you and dictate whether you're going to make it or not. So resilience is the ability to quickly recover from difficulties and keep going. And interesting, because at times it doesn't feel like we are getting anywhere. It feels like the more we fight towards something, the further away we get. How many times have you fallen? How many times have you given up? How many times have you actually thought, I'm never going to make it, I'm not going to make it? Resilience is to keep going. Resilience is that decision inside of you which works in conjunction with the second one. The second one is determination. Determination is a strong will to achieve your goals, even when facing obstacles or setback. Now that's more here. Resilience is you keep going. Now determination is something that is in your mind, where you are so definite that you're going to keep going, that you're going to keep doing it. Maybe it is something you want to achieve. Maybe it's something you've been wanting in your life for a long time. You've been observing that thing, but you're determined. One day I'm going to obtain it. One day I'm going to achieve it. One day I'm going to reach it. I'm going to reach it in my life. I will possess this thing in my life. So resilience is you keep going. You don't give up. The setbacks come. Now determination is the will that is here, a strong will to achieve that goal, even when facing obstacles or setbacks. And giving you just a tip on what you should and can and must do to polish this trait of determination. Break your goals into smaller ones. smaller, manageable things, because when you keep winning, it becomes a part of you. So you're trying to achieve something immense. You want to buy a Ferrari, for example, but you don't even have a license. You're not even driving. You're not even taking care of yourself. You're not even paying off the simple debts that you have. So determination is, for me to get there, I need to start with something. So that determination, it becomes a part of you. It becomes something which slowly but surely you're getting closer and closer and closer and closer. Even if they're baby steps, even if it's just a baby step, even if it's just a single step towards a journey of 1,000 miles. As that famous quote is, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Even if you're just going to be taking that single step, have determination that that step will lead you closer towards that dream. And celebrate your small victories. Don't just take that and despise it, because you got something. Now, don't settle for that. Don't be okay with that, but be happy that it's drawn you closer towards that objective. I repeat, we're going to have all of this up, as since we're live today. I don't have them up here, but we are going to put this all up. I am going to ask the graphics to be up so that you guys can scroll, you can slide, you can keep it with yourself, you can put it on your status, you can share it, you can put it up on your WhatsApp status and share it with anybody who needs to later on catch up with what we're sharing. But for now, I'm just going to read it for you, and I'm heading on to the third important trait for you to learn: how to be someone whose drive is also led by perseverance. The third trait is, I think, I don't know about you guys, but for me, it's the hardest. I think for many people, it'll be trait number 4, but for me, the most difficult one is definitely trait number 3. Can you guess it? Do you have any idea what the third trait is? If you do, share it here in the comment section. I am live with you guys today. The third one is, oh my goodness, the third one is patience. It's actually sitting down at times and waiting. When I say sit down, hold up, hold up, hold up. Hold that thought. I'm not literally saying sit down and do nothing and wait for it to fall from the sky. But when I say patience, I mean the following: the capacity to endure delays, because at times there's nothing you can do to solve that problem at that moment. So that doesn't mean you're just going to fold your arms, but you're going to wait. So you're going to endure that delay and continue working towards long-term goals without becoming frustrated. So although you're impatient, because when we really want something, we oftentimes get impatient. We oftentimes we get frustrated, especially, like I said earlier on, at times the more we want something, it's like the harder it is to obtain it. It's like the more I want to achieve it, the more I want to achieve it, the more difficult it is. It's like the more difficult it's becoming for me to even get close to that. So you're going to stop allowing anxiety to overcome your mind. Wait. There are certain things in our lives we don't achieve them now. I spoke about the example of you want to drive a Ferrari, but you're impatient for it, but you need to be one step at a time. Understand that it is one step at a time. Did you get your license? Do you know how to drive? Are you working towards it? Are you working towards, and obviously you're not going to jump towards from just, one day you're not going to go straight from having a taxi straight to that Ferrari. Just an example, please. There are several other examples. I'm just giving this as one of many I could share. Or you're not going to jump from grade 10, grade 11, matric, right into a surgery, a theater, an operation theater for you to operate someone because your dream is to be a doctor. No, you're going to undergo the process of studying in university. Then you're going to do, I don't know, I think it's about 5-6 years. Then you're going to have to do your practicals and all of that until you are finally graduated. And then you're going to go through the process. So you're not going to jump the phases. So it all requires what? Patience. Remember, resilience number 1, determination number 2. Those are all the mindset and the practical examples of issues which will come your way, which oftentimes will require the patience. Now, Here's a tip if you are impatient. Cultivate patience by setting realistic timelines and reminding yourself that progress takes time. It's kind of like the stuff which tastes really good. It takes some real time for us to actually cook them. I'm saying us, not like I really cook, but that's besides the point right now. But it kind of takes some time for us to actually cook that delicious food, that delicacy. The good stuff will take longer. The progress you want to make may take longer because what you're aiming for is really high. So be careful with that. Set realistic times. Understand, you want to be a doctor, you're in matric, you're in grade 11. It's going to take time. Oh, but I believe God can put me there. Yes, God will put you there, but God is going to also allow the natural way of things happening. God doesn't make those magical things. In most cases, we're just going to wait. Does he have the power to do that? Yes, but that's not how he works. That's really not how he works. So be realistic. And also, very important when it comes to patience is focus on the process rather than just the outcome. At that moment, your focus must be on the process. Usually, I'll say, put your eyes on where you want to reach. Put your eyes where you want to achieve, certainly. But in the process of being patient, focus on the journey, because you're going to be anxious if you're looking there and be like, I'm still so far. You know when you have to load, something is loading on the computer and you're waiting for it and you keep looking and it's 10%, 20%. You only get more impatient because it's taking forever when it's loading, when the internet page does not open, that web page rather doesn't open, and you get so frustrated. Wait, get busy with something else. When you come back, hopefully it'll be closer. When you see 90%, then you start getting more excited. 95%, then you're like, 99%. And sometimes when you get to 99%, the anticlimax happens when it just like failed. Copying failed. So patience is so important. And the progress, focus on the journey. Cultivate your patience by setting realistic times. There's certain things which will require waiting. Yes, waiting. So that's also part of perseverance. Hard for me to swallow too. Trust me, you're not the only one, but it is part of our journey. Number 4, the fourth trait which we need to form part of our lives in order for us to persevere. It's also one of the most difficult. I said, in my personal opinion, patience is the more difficult of the 5. I don't know if there's one here that you found more difficult, but number 4 is self-discipline. Which one do you think is the most difficult for you? Share with me here. I want to read in the comment section. For me, it's patience. Which one is for you? Is it self-discipline? I think there will be a large group of those saying self-discipline. Let me see. Self-discipline is the ability to control your impulses and stick to your plan. The ability to control your impulses. You want to do something else. You want to take matters in your hands. And sometimes taking matters in your hands will draw you further away from what you want to achieve. So control your impulses. That's discipline. And stick to your plan. Even when you don't feel like it. Even when you don't feel like it. Even when you don't feel like it. 7 important words. You don't feel like it. But you're still going to be disciplined. You don't want to get up. You don't want to invest. You don't want to save. You don't want to exercise towards it. You don't want to. Remember, I think it was last week when we spoke about the whole story of Usain Bolt and the entire thing of the whole 4 years of his life where he was practicing and practicing and practicing for 9 seconds of his life, 8 to 9 seconds of his life. What is that? Self-discipline. He understood that it was difficult. But he stuck to the plan. He controlled his impulses. Like we even mentioned, perhaps he wanted to eat junk. He wanted to hang around with his friends. He wanted to relax, be with friends, be with family. Relax a bit. But he was so focused, he had to control himself and stick to the plan. That is the power of self-discipline, which unfortunately, I'm going to give you a raw talk right now, our generation really needs to work on. So, self-discipline. PJ, I'm struggling with self-discipline. Here's your tip. Create a daily routine or schedule that includes time for working towards your goal. Remember, sometimes that goal you have, You're not going to be able to stick or live your life only working towards that goal. You might find yourself in situations in which you're so far from it, and you're going to have to be busy with other things. That's okay. That's normal. As long as every time, every day, or once a week, I don't know how much you have to do, how much power you have over working towards that thing. I want you to understand this. Take some time to work towards it. What can you better? What can you improve? Is it a skill you want to learn, which right now you can't study it, you want to graduate, but maybe you could already start getting tutorials from it, getting tips from people who are ahead, or YouTube videos. What can you do working towards that? Think about it. So create a daily routine or schedule that includes time for working towards your goal. Stick to this routine consistently. Consistency works with self-discipline. Stick to the routine consistently, even when motivation wanes. Remember the previous one, or rather when we spoke about self-discipline as a trait in which you stick to the plan even when you don't feel like it. So the same is, stick to that routine. Now the routine might not have a direct impact on the dream or what you want to achieve, but you're so focused that you're not going to allow yourself to get distracted. So stick to this routine consistently, even when motivation wanes. You really, 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 really don't feel like doing it, but you got to do it. You got to do it. What is it? You got to work out. I don't know what it is. We all have different routes and different paths to take in our lives. And the last but not least important trait for perseverance is optimism. It's staying positive. Remember in the beginning, the resilience. Remember, number one is resilience. Second one is determination. Third is patience. Fourth is self-discipline. The fourth is optimism. Now, in resilience and determination, we spoke about the obstacles, the difficulties which we generally face towards that goal we want to achieve. Now, optimism is maintaining a positive outlook and believing in your ability to succeed, even when faced with challenges. Here we go again. Perseverance works. It is the direct weapon, the direct bullet we need in our lives to fight against whatever is trying to impede us from achieving what we want to achieve. So optimism is looking at it with a positive outlook. It's believing. And sometimes we have every reason not to believe. And that's where faith comes in. It's against all odds. Everything is telling us it's not going to work out. Optimism is to maintain. Maintain works with perseverance, endurance. You keep it. It's ongoing. And I want to make clear that all of this is a waste of time if you don't understand the following. Most of it is time consuming. Most of it we will see many changes, but all of us will have to face obstacles along the way. There will be obstacles. There's nothing great which we conquer in life without obstacles. That's impossible. So you need to stay optimistic. And what's the tip for you to become an optimistic person? It is surrounding yourself, two tips, surrounding yourself with positive influences. And even the people, well, not just the people, but even the places you go. I mean, the YPG, when is it that you got here and we were negative? There was that other day which I greeted you guys, with the whole, I was obviously giving you guys an idea on how moody people behave. And it was very weird for me. And a lot of people were like, PJ, is this you? What's going on? I was actually scared. Even our editor was saying, PJ, when I was editing the video, I was worried, like, what happened? What happened? Is PJ angry at one of us? What did we do? And that was obviously just an illustration. But my point here is that we're so accustomed to being a positive influence in each other's lives. And that is against all odds, because I also have obstacles. I also have challenges. I also have difficulties, as you do, and all of us do. So my point is, stay positive. Surround yourself with the right people. Look for help if you need. Get in touch with us, DM us, and holler at us. Whatever we say is always going to be for a positive outcome. Even if we need to tell you something you don't want to hear, we will tell you that, but we'll tell you also the positive, as in what is the positive you can take out of this, even in the darkest and most negative pessimistic situation you can imagine. So number one, what is it? Resilience. Number two, determination. Resilience, the obstacles come, you just keep going. Determination, it's in your mind. You keep yourself going. You keep yourself going. Number three, for me, very difficult, patience. And I see some of you guys also saying here. Sarah says, for me, it's patience as well. Emmanuel says, for me, it's patience. Lungis was crying here with us to stick to the plan. Kahoro says, self-discipline, PJ. Yo-ho, sometimes you just think and say, God will be done, you know. Yeah, self-discipline is also not an easy one. For me, patience is the hardest. Soin, my apologies. Kashonga, my apologies if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. I don't know if it's Soin or Shoin. She says, for me, it's definitely patience. I don't like waiting. Me neither. Zaza, okay, so I see patience is winning. Thanks, guys. We are in the same WhatsApp group. Zaza says, patience, yeah. And then Ayanda Sejang says, for me, it's self-discipline. I knew it was going to be these two. So whatever it is, work on it. I repeat, we are going to upload. We're going to put this all up on our platforms for you guys to check it out, for you guys to keep it and be able to read it. But don't read it. Maybe you could actually take that, print it out, put it somewhere where you'll remember. Put the word persevere above it and tell yourself, I need to persevere. What is it you want to achieve? Persevere. Without perseverance, we get nowhere. And perseverance is what comes to play, is what kicks in the moments we really are facing so many difficulties, so many hardships. Inga says, none of them for me. Well, Inga, I'm pretty sure that one of these 5 traits will be a difficulty. I think because all of them come with difficulties. None of us face difficulties easily. So maybe you should review them again and just see maybe there is 1 or 2 you might need to patch up. I think that's with all of us, because we as human beings need to work on that. We as human beings, we're always going to have obstacles. We're always going to have hurdles. So see which one you got to work for. Jessica says, optimism for me. Well, surround yourself with the positive influences, Jessica. See the things and the people whom you are surrounding yourself with, and the kind of stuff that you watch as well, the books you read, the activities you engage yourself with, the movies you watch, the music you listen to. I mean, there are people who, they only watch horror movies. They only listen to sad, depressing, heartbreaking music. And the books, the kind of stuff which they do is always, sad. So change that. Start listening to positive stuff. I have a band. I'm not going to mention it. It's not even a gospel band, but I have a band. All their songs are motivational, and I absolutely love listening to it, especially when I'm working out and in the most difficult and hard moments. I listen to that kind of music. It gives me that optimism, tells me to keep going, keep jabbing, keep going until the end. And also, another good idea is look yourself in the mirror every day and, put yourself up instead of putting yourself down. Tell yourself you're awesome. Tell yourself you've got this. Tell yourself you're amazing. Tell yourself you're beautiful. Tell yourself you're handsome. Tell yourself you've got what it takes for you to be able to get to the top, because it is your turn. It's our turn for us to take off. Got it? Well, that's it from me, my fam. Like I said, we're going to post this up. I am live today, so I am going to ask our media fam to be able to post this up for each and every one of us and apply this. Apply this every day. Print them out. Once we have it, we'll put each tip on a different slide for you guys to check it out. Hopefully, I'll ask for them to have it tonight. If we can't have it tonight, then I'll have our content creator, coordinator of the YPG Media in South Africa, Tammy, to get this all done, latest and posted latest in the morrows in the morning. All right. So I'm going to be leaving you guys here. Those of you who are in your respective branches, I'm going to repeat it now. Write it down. Ask yourself, what are the things that you think you can work, and share with one another. What are the things, which you can work to defeat your hardship, to defeat that trait that is making it very, very, very difficult for you to be able to achieve what you want to achieve. So it's resilience, it's determination, it's patience, self-discipline, and optimism. Which one are you lacking? Which one do you need to work on? Which one do you think you need to apply yourself more for you to be able to take off? You got me? So share with us which one has helped you. If there's anything you guys would like to hear more from us, then share it with us. You're more than welcome to send us a DM us, and share whatever you would like to share with us. But as for me, I'm going to be signing out, heading up to our fam at the grounds. But Saturday, I'm going to be speaking to you guys about purpose. And purpose works directly. It's the department that works directly with perseverance. I just took you one step ahead. But Saturday in the Bible Clock, 7 p.m., I'm going to be sharing with you about perseverance, about purpose. All right? Take care of yourselves, and don't forget that it is indeed that time for your life to do what? To take off. PJ, I'm signing out, but my fam, you take care of yourselves, all right? As I'm live, I'm going to have to turn here away so that we can just wrap up this live. Yeah, and that's it from me. That's it. Take care.